Hey guys, this video is way overdue, but finally here it is, the China video and our cavalry, how we do things here. Reason I waited so long is because I really had to find the pieces for the tournament. I had to make sure these pieces that I use for the cavalry, I had enough to go around. I didn't want to have, one or two tables having different cavalry units. So that's the only reason I really had to, and I didn't want to do this video without telling you the cavalry I used and stuff like that. So first off, you get the first look here. This is how the pieces will be painted at the event. They kind of got a a nice weathered look to them. So yeah, okay, so first off, they are giving a P40 since that's what the Flying Tigers were. They were used. They were in P40s. Now, the China card here. See at the very bottom here on the card, it says additional setup. Player places 3 cavalry units in any starting Chinese territory or territories. Meaning, if you would like, you could place all 3 units in the same territory. So these are to represent the 200,000 cavalry units that China had at the beginning of the war. Put them anywhere. So we'll just for the sake of this video, we'll put one there, we'll put one there, we'll put one there. Actually, nobody ever puts one there. We'll put one here. Now, cavalry also is for Mongolia. You can see it's represented by the 2 cavalry units. That is because these southern troops here were cavalry units. Cavalry units, kind of, I'm not going to say it's important or game changing, but it does help China just a little bit because they can blitz. So, artillery, I just used some historical board gaming, the Russian one, early war. And the tanks, I just used Stewart's. Now the tanks, China can buy tanks provided the Burma Road is open, but they only can buy 2 per game and 1 per turn, meaning can't buy both tanks on the same turn if the Burma Road is open. You only could buy 1. And once these are gone, just like the P40 here, they can no longer be in use. So to easily keep track, since these do not start on game, because at the beginning of the war, China only had about 130-ish light tanks. Some of them, I think 88 T-26, and they had, I don't know, 20s, 30-something of the Renault 17s, plus some captured Taihos. Not enough to be represented by any units at a startup. But we put these on the board off to the side or something, just so we don't lose track. Once they're gone, they're gone. So that's that. Now to the cavalry stats. Cavalry costs 4 IPCs, the same as a mech. It almost is like a mech, but it's backwards. It attacks at 2 and defends at 1. We figure it's a huge target. You take down the horse, you take down the soldier. So defending at 1 only, but they do attack at 2, and they can blitz. So which is just why these help, because if Japan leaves any of these open, you can easily spawn a cavalry and blitz around and get your territories back, because cavalry units may be purchased at any time, just like the infantry, regardless of the Burma Road status. Now the tanks, when you do buy the tanks, they can be placed. Let's see, let's get this card out here. Now all this data is on this card. Infantry is the same as out of box. Artillery the same as out of box. Now the cavalry, I just went over that. Oh, but I did forget to mention, no more than 3 cavalry units can be in play at any time. So even if you have 3 units and it's your turn, you know you're going to attack. You know that you will probably lose one. You cannot have one on deck for purchase. Okay, there's no preemptive thinking that, oh, I'm going to take him as casualty, so I'm going to buy 3 more. It doesn't work that way. There are 3 on the table. You cannot buy any. So that is the only restriction on the cavalry. Now, the tank, like I said, maximum tank per game. Now, when these tanks are purchased, it's a little bit tricky. It's a little different on placing units. You have 3 stations. You can place it at to start off. You can place it in Burma. You can place it in Yunnan. You can place it in Szechuan. Those are the only 3 places that it may start. Like I said, the cavalry, just like anything else, can be placed any territory, even any newly captured territory. So if you guys were to take Zhou or Manchuria, you can drop down your cavalry there. Okay, and I believe that is it. There's not, like I said, it wasn't a lot of changes. Mainly, it was just because of the cavalry units. They are not the easiest thing to find. This is what they look like. These are actually referred to as Polish cavalry units. These are from Wizards of the Coast. They are Axis and Allies miniatures. This cavalry one is number 06, and he is from base set 2. So when you do your searches, that's what you're going to look for. There's actually 2 available right now that I just looked at before I made this video. So that's that guy. He's still on the camera? Yes. Okay. Also, what I like to use for Mongolia is they actually make Mongolia Calvary. Though that is not the one I like. I do like the Russian cavalry that they make. Now, let me tell you what those are from. Reason I showed you different stages, because this is not how they come. These bases have been cut down. They come, some guy at the manufacturing plant thought it'd be really funny to, rather than make it more, the base, the same size as the Polish one here. And now, yeah, that's right. He is a Polish cavalry, but I use him as China. He is, let me get a comparison here. You can just see the hats. He just looks like he's got a, I'm not sure what kind of uniforms the Polish wore, but while looking at these, their uniforms are they match pretty good. So technically, when you do buy this, it is Polish, but like I said, he is now China. Now back to the Mongolian guy. This is how it comes. Okay, this big, huge, honking disc. Okay, don't worry, you can cut it down. But this unit here is number 25, Mongolian Calvary. It is from the early war set. These are available all over the place. There's probably 10 or so online right now, to just in my quick search looking before I made this video. And the Russian guy here, he is number 08. He's a Cossack, or I don't know how you say that, Cossack cavalryman. He is from Contested Skies, but you can see also that his base was just a little bigger. I mean, it was unnecessarily big. I'm not sure what happened. You can see the changes in stands, how they went from a decent size, which all of these Polish ones, they come in that size. You don't have to cut anything down. It's great, but it's just weird. You can see the progression in the stands there. Now, these are pricey. I mean, I spent a lot of money getting these, not just for this, but for the entire game. Also, I did get enough for not just my 6 tables for this event. I had to get mine for my personal table, in addition to, if this event goes well, I plan to have 8 tables next year, and I had to get those pieces for that table as well. So I didn't mean to be a piece hog. I just these are not the easiest things to find, and I didn't want to have 6 tables and then next year I have 2 tables that do not have the right pieces. But like I said, you do not want to mess with this hassle. Historical Board Gaming does have Cavalry, and if you just go to Historical Board Gaming, you go to their search engine for the pieces, just type in Cavalry and this guy will pop up. So you have many options down there for Cavalry units. Said these are Historical Board Gaming. I just use Stewart tanks. T26 might be accurate too. I just wanted to give them a different artillery piece just so it doesn't match anybody else. And like I said, you're going to use a P40. So that's it for China. So like I said, sorry it took so long. Just wanted to make sure, like I said, I basically have my pieces. These are really good when they turn into cavalry, just because, like I said, they help out in blitzing around. That was the whole point in cavalry. We tried different things with China. We tried different things on the tank purchases. We used to have America have to fund these and then send them over, do the rail, do the Burma. It's just that got overly complicated for the same result. We tried militia and partisan. Tried that, didn't like it. It didn't take to us. We found, for us, I'm not sure how hard you want China to be to conquer. The last game we just played, every China territory was open. Andrew, one of my new guys, he did a really good job with China. Crushed Japan over here. Japan had some pretty bad rolls, lost a lot of planes, but then China owned every single, even this coast. I mean, this was all China, and part of that is these tanks coming around and these cavalry blitzing around. I mean, you're able to take those pieces back. In addition to, these get activated. That's a lot of units blitzing around. It's a lot of going back. Japan has to do. So like I said, we did try partisans, and we just thought it was just too much for us. We thought this is a pretty good balance. China isn't easy to take, but it's not impossible to take. So these, I'm not going to put these cards in this video. I'm going to do another video with all of the card deck, because the other videos I started, my Advanced Warfare, those are kind of all depreciated now. I'm kind of migrating toward just Bloodbath rules. That's because that's the rules that we play. That's pretty much the rules I'll talk about. That's the rules that are going to be at the event. So I kind of gonna put everything together in one big shebang for just basically Bloodbath rules. Okay guys, so not sure what video I'm going to do next, but we get the day off today, so we're going to do some other videos. Alright, take care, bye bye.